Morning folks, hope you are all keeping all well. So with this beautiful Corrado that's come into us on Saturday, VR6 on an N-Reg and in white. I have to get the name of the white. It's probably just polar white or white or goodness knows, but it's white, which is rare and unusual to find. Listen, any Corrado that's presented in this condition, if it was painted any colour in the range or any specific colour, would be a rarity. The fact that this is white and in the condition that it's in is just something extra special. First of all, apologies for my crappy valet. The owner of the car drove it on Saturday to get one last run in it, brought it up to us from Cambridgeshire, and he had it beautifully cleaned the day before, but our roads being what they are, it came up with a nice tide mark basically from one end of it to the other, and I've give it a bit of a once over badly. I done it yesterday because we had the Coffee and Classics meet, so apologies for that. It'll present better than I have presented it. Where to start? So you're looking at an N-Reg. It was November 1995, this car. It's had 5 previous owners. MOT, that's great. I think it's July. I'll need to check. Goodness me. But it's MOT'd. That's not an issue. I've just went through the service book, and there's 23 entries, 21 stamps. It is right up to date. Current owners had it for 5 years. It's well known within the VW Corrado Club of Great Britain. It's well known in the VW scene, and you know, he'll be known, and I'm not going to name his name, but he'll be known and the car will be known, and there'll be no doubt interest in buying it because my goodness, has he poured his heart, his pockets, but his heart into this car. It shows. You know, as I said to him, you get some cars that appear basically because they've to be put up for sale for financial reasons, and they've been owned for the same reasons. Do you know, I'm sort of guilty of that. I get something I like and I put it in the corner and it doesn't get used, and then as and when I do the work. This owner has just went through this car from the start of his ownership and literally right up until handing it over. And to be quite honest with you, anybody that is lucky enough to get this Corrado will benefit greatly from his time, his money and his care. This is one of those cosseted VWs, cosseted any cars, let's face it, that is approaching 30 nearly years of age and has been doted on all the way through its life, and low owners who have all obviously give a damn about what they've had. So it's a 2.9, as you know, the VR6 engine. This one has been breathed upon by Stealth, for want of a better word, and Stealth Racing, you'll know, within the network, or within the what's the right phrase I'm thinking of here? It'll come to me. I have these sort of brain farts. Within the cliques, within the groups, it'll be known, seen. There you go. Saying brain farts. Within the scene, and particularly the VW scene, Stealth Racing are the brand that know these cars, know VWs, and can do their stuff. So the 2.9 engine would put out about 190 horsepower standard through the front wheels, and that was what made this such a fantastic setup as a chassis. It was all right. Stealth have improved it. It's got 219 horsepower now. They're thereabouts on the rolling road, and 211.5 pound-foot of torque. So very useful for a car that, let's face it, it's not particularly heavy, and it's a good setup. The owner, with over 4 visits to Stealth, the owner spent £6,500. So it had the timing chain done, it had the upgraded cams, it's had the Miltech catback exhaust done, it's had new clutch, it's had... I can go through the invoices, and I actually did bring the invoices specifically for that reason, because I wanted to show everybody what was what. You know, I've put all the information out there, but cylinder head overhaul, timing chains, clutch, It had a fuel pump. It had full set of flexi hoses, rear bias valve, rear axle bushes, bolts, liters for brake fluid, discs and pads, wheel bearings, ABS reluctor rings, brake lines, camshafts, rear engine mount, gearbox mount, Vibrotechnics front mount, O-belt tensioner, cam followers. They then also fitted front discs, front wheel bearings, drive flanges, lower ball joints, steel brake hoses, top mounts, four-wheel alignment. And the big bill for £3,562 was cylinder head overhaul, timing chains, clutch, tie rods including track rod ends, inner and outer CV joints, anti-roll bar drop length bushes, anti-roll bar drop bushes, four-wheel alignment, battery, labour, ECU remap, which the discounted, and a Miltech exhaust. And there's invoices right up to late 2022. The last service in September was £630. So you can look at this car, and I say this every time, there's going to be cars that are cheaper, there's going to be cars that are more expensive. There's a reason why this car is more expensive. And it's not one of the cheap thrashy ones that you can pick up on eBay or on the Facebook marketplace. This is a sorted car, and anybody that's buying this and paying for it is buying it for an investment to enjoy, not to project. This isn't something that you have to work on. This is done. The owner has fully painted this car at a cost of over £5,000. This is in the last 5 years, mind you, since 2018. Fully went through the chassis. It's been redone, all the underseal taken off, all redone, everything. Every bush that's needed has been done. Everything that you can think of that needed to be replaced and consumed and would have been used in the 155,000 miles the car now has been redone. So you're getting into a sorted car to enjoy. So that's what you're buying. You're not buying a project, you're buying a sorted modern classic. And I've rambled on for 7 minutes because that's the type of person I am. I can gush about this. You will look at this car and it'll be for you. You will know as a Corrado person that this is a sorted car. If you don't already know the specific car, which is, if you do and you're in the market, jump for it. We're putting it through the auction on the 4th of March. This can be sold today. The cars come to us to be sold. They don't come to us to become museum pieces. So who am I to get in the way of a seal? Look at that black leather, absolutely stunning. The roof, all the roof lining is good, as it should be, but you know, it's one of the weak points. I'll do the engine start and move it and etc. The ABS is all good, spoiler's good. The sunroof was replaced with the Mark III running gear for convenience and a glass Passat roof, which is actually, if you look at it, I'll slide this back. It's nicer, it gives another dimension to the cabin that wouldn't necessarily have been there with the solid roof. But if you so wish, in the boot is the original solid Corrado steel roof, and it's freshly painted to match the rest of the car. It was just never installed. But look at shots and everything, all good. Apart from my crappy cleaning, obviously. Rubbers were all replaced. You know, there's a lot of shrinkage that goes on with cars over a period of time, and you know, it makes a difference. There's the steel sill plates, lovely. The speed lines, 15s. We've got Conti Rain Sports in the front. Loads of tread. Look at the discs, other than a little bit of corrosion from sitting. Discs are upgraded, the calipers are upgraded. You can tell how good this is. Look at the sills. The paint. Yes, you're going to find the odd little mark, tiny mark, as you do. And if you want to be pedantic, please go ahead, be pedantic. And then I'll point out to you all the positives about the car. discs again, they're like new in the back, rebuilt calipers. What have we got in the back? Potenzas. So we've Contis in the front, match pair. Are the Contis? Sorry, Uniroyal in the front, match pair. Bridgestone Potenzas in the back, match pair. And the Miltech. And everything looks fresh. You know, you go through it. Doesn't look worn because it isn't. It's all been rebuilt or replaced or cleaned. You know, you have a parcel shelf there that's not cut up. The speakers, it's all standard. Fuel cap, clean, mint. Refurbished, speed lane wheels. You know, you can see there where the under seal has been put at the right level. It looks factory. The sills are solid. They're right. I mean, there was over £2,000 spent on the chassis, cleaning it and getting it right. You know, so when I say it's a sorted thing, it's a sorted thing. Oh, as I pull the door. The tiniest of bolster wear that a cleaning kit would improve. The seat lifts, the connectors are all correct. It has open daisies. The first aid kit, it doesn't have the warning triangle, but the first aid kit's the expensive one. And there's the sunroof from the inside. Alpine head unit. The leather wheel in lovely condition. The Corrado carpets. Let's do the bonnet. There we go. Bear with me, folks. I'm always crap at this. There we go. I'm still there. I haven't forgotten yet. There we go. Like, wow, sort of springs to mind. Again, it hasn't been cleaned. This is dirt that has came up. The factory underseal on the turrets shows that it hasn't been cleaned. This is from when it went into Stealth. This painting was done by Stealth. Look at the front panel. It's like new. And he's replaced or upgraded the stickers all around. The underseal is all correct and like new. The battery bag, you know, a quality battery, but in a battery bag. The bolts, it looks all like stainless steel to me there that I'm looking at. The grille, the badges, the lights, the fog lights have had covers on. Look at them. Mint. You know what I mean, guys? This is, and girls, guys and girls. Folks covers it better. The splitters there, it's intact. The car is right. There's no other way of me describing it. There's no other way of putting it. If you're querying this car in any way, good luck to you. You'll not be a buyer. You know, and I don't mean any disrespect with regards to that. Anybody's welcome to come up here and see this car. Now, I noticed a couple of things. The door alignment, it catches, but there's a little bit out of alignment there. Okay, a little bit. That's adjustment. That's all it is. The same on the passenger door. I would put that down to the fact that whenever the car was painted, the doors have been off and painted away from the car. It's adjustment. It's not accident damage, it's not rust, it's not corrosion, it's not anything sinister. It's adjustment. And a calm and a rational buyer will come up and see this car, fall over themselves with excitement when they realise what they're actually looking at, and will buy it for all the best possible reasons because they know what they're buying. Somebody that wants to drive down the price or attempt to will criticise the car, which we had with the Storm when we were selling it. They will point out all the negatives rather than all the positives, glass half empty people, in an attempt to try and undermine the car to drive down the price. All I can say to people like that is, folks, here's the thing. What you will succeed in doing is the car will be removed from sale. The owner will get disheartened, as any of us would, and will remove it from sale. So your opportunity to buy it for a cheaper price won't succeed. You just won't get it at all on any level. So what is the point of that? And it's a conversation I had with the owner, and we had it actually months ago when we were selling the Storm for our other client. I'll just close this up because I can't understand people that talk down the brands that they love. I just can't understand it. Why? Talk them up. The fact that a car like this exists of this quality, the fact that any of these cars exist in the states that they're in of one or the other, good and bad, is all testament to the fact that the work that went into them in the first place, the amount of money that was spent keeping them on the road, when 90% of the other examples of their age have been crashed, scrapped, part X'd and scrapped, thrown at the side of houses and forgotten about or at the side of buildings. So be merciful to what you're looking at, be realistic about what you're looking at, but also if you see a good one, don't talk it down, talk it up. Be proud that there's something has come into the marketplace to enable you to say, wow, there is a car that somebody has really loved and financially doted on. And I'm going to benefit now. This owner has spent in 5 years easily £20,000 on top of the purchase price, which I don't know what it was when he bought it. But he didn't buy a wreck. He bought a decent car in 2018. But to spend £20,000, he won't see that back, and he knows he won't see that back. So his loss is your benefit. And we're selling this car, and the price that we put up on it in the auction, which I've yet to decide even today, because I'm, to be quite honest with you, I know what the owner wants, and I know what we need to get out of it, the other side of it ourselves, to be paid. But the owner deserves every penny back for this. It's quite unique. It's fab. It just really is. And it's a credit to him. And he deserves every penny back he can get. So let's see. We'll do a bit of an engine start. Oh, goodness. So we'll have a horn and an alarm, Thatcham alarm. He says, if it's activated. So it's showing 155,818. There you go, there's the lights on. Let's see. It's a Thatcham approved with certificate. Clifford Hornet 1, I think it's called. Alarm system. Alarm and immobilizer. Let's see where the. So you're hearing the alarm now, isn't that good? It's very effective. Huh. It would only be me that would do this. So let's see. You've 2 remotes, by the way, 1 key, and it's remote central locking, and it seems to be full closure as well. Let's see. Let's see. ABS light on and off. That looks like new, nearly the leather on that, it's so fresh. The Alpine stereo. Very period one, although I wonder is there Bluetooth on it? There is. And it needs tuned in. Because we're in Noville. There you go. Little bit of classic FM. USB, ON, BT audio. Goodness, that's really good, that. I will turn it down for the moment. So we have the electric windows. Drivers. 1 touch. Passengers. 1 touch. Sunroof. So as I said, I have this open and closed, and this is the glass setup. So slide. Very nice. Can be stopped as you wish. Let's see if the tilt. Ah, excellent. There you go. And we're looking for the spoiler. If I look in the mirror for you, find the button. You can see it going up. We'll go out and have a nosy now in a moment. I'd have to turn that off. Press and hold maybe. Yay! There we go. Electric mirrors. See if they're working. Yes, they are. Drivers. Passengers. Listen, this is such a good car. Such a good example. There we go. Spoiler up, lights on. It's a bit dirty. See if I get the cloth. It was a bit that I missed. Apologies. Because it's not doing justice to what is an absolutely beautiful car. That Miltech's nice, it's not too boomy or anything really. And you're not seeing any hidden rust or rot, so that has been either removed or tilted whenever it was in for paint. It's been done correctly. Yeah, absolutely spot on. Let's see the bonnet again here. There's the front lights. I don't want to talk. The car's just the car. It's. We'll give it a little bit of a bump. Ooh, that is good, isn't it? Well, we'll take it a little run around the yard. The owner did say to drive it, but I'm almost very reluctant of driving it. Right, so good. Clutch, it's new. I mean, that's what he did say to me. It's new. It feels like a new car. Drives, there's the handbrake off, no other lights other than the dashboard lights. The clutch is hugely light, as you would expect for a new clutch. You're going to see it in the light now. Need to watch Victoria's driving around here on her bicycle, so I need to be careful. Just changed first to second there, just absolutely lovely. There's the Mark III anniversary. And Victoria, Mark III, hello. The Mark III anniversary that we've got to do next. It's a shame this isn't a proper racetrack, but we really could give this car a nice run. But you're seeing this now in the light. And Dusty McDusty. But the leather is all matte, it's not shiny, it's in beautiful order. It's as it would have been. The dashboard the same. Yes, dusty because the windows have been down, it's been driven. But look, it's matte, it's clean, it's not damaged, it's not broken. The buttons are all in place, everything's working as it should. The heater is heating up. We know that everything else works in here. And let's have a quick look at it from the outside. What I didn't again notice was this. So somebody has been a little bit careless with paint and it's came off here. Tiny bit I think. But it's nothing. Look, it's actually coming off in my finger. And when we pointing it out because it's there, we clean that off. It's nothing. Wow. I mean, I love seeing the car with the shadows because it's just there's something moody about it inside. But my God. Look how bright it is, look just how good it is. It's making my white building look a bit green. Well, it is a bit green if I'm being honest. It needs sprayed down as well and cleaned now after the winter. VW, I said it before, missed a trick with selling this. They really should have kept it going. It's a good looking car today. It was a good looking car then. The chassis was impeccable. And for them to sell it over such a short period of time was bonkers. So there we have it, folks. And an extremely sorted, if not the most sorted standard VR6 Corrado in the UK. One of a handful, if not the most sorted. You can buy it. Classic Auction Group is selling it. Contact us, WhatsApp us, 07826 797 282. You can email us auction@yourclassics, yourclassix.com. Our Facebook page, Classics Auction Group, or the website, yourclassics.com. Facebook being where it's most active because we can contact you backwards and forwards. Some people like to start off with messages. Come see it. If you're genuine and you want one of the best Corrados in the marketplace in the UK today, come see it. And I don't expect there to be a list of people coming out to see this car that are going to walk away one after the other. To be quite honest with you, the first genuine person that actually wants to come and buy one of these will be the person that leaves with this car, and I doubt really that it'll make the auction on the 4th of March. Could be surprised perhaps, but it's too good. It's just far too good, and an absolute credit to the owner. And I don't make any apologies for gushing. I know that I do, and I know that I go on, and some of you'll go, this sod's just keeping going and keeping going and keeping going. But I absolutely make no apologies in this instance. Chap poured his heart and his pockets into this, and if this is something that you want, let's talk. And I'm not naming a price today because I'm going to go away and work on it. It's not fair to just say it's only worth so much more to the owner emotionally than it is financially. The next buyer will be exactly the same. This is an emotional purchase more than it's a financial purchase, because somebody wants a Corrado that's done. They don't want a Corrado that's a project, a tinker machine. That's a different beast altogether. That's, please, eBay or Facebook Marketplace, and you'll still probably pay £3,500–4,000 for a VR6 that needs timing chains, that needs interior, that needs body work, that needs. So let's not talk, because, you know, I'm not going to be able to sell you this for that sort of price, and we don't compare one with the other. It's chalk and cheese. But the buyer will see this and just know. And I hope that we are doing this car justice. I feel privileged to be selling it. It's a special vehicle. And thank you to the owner for thinking of us ahead of other people that could have sold it for him. Okay, folks, that's me done. I think that's about 25 minutes of gushing. We're here. Give us a shout. Any questions? I'm sure I've missed something. I'm sure there has been something I've missed. But please give us a shout and we'll talk. Thank you very much indeed. Cheers. Bye. Folks, one more thing. Sorry, I'm just doing this when I'm thinking. I'll just go into the arches and let you see, now that we're outside, to see what we're actually dealing with. Forget the little bit of crud that's on it. Calipers, Brembo pads. You can actually see, those that don't know it from online can see just how good of a car that we're dealing with here. How much effort went into making it the best. Goodness, I can't wait till we get this lifting. It can't come quick enough. That was the other thing I forgot to say either once. The suspension setup is eBac springs and shocks. And there's full details in the service pack. It's the best combination for the VR6 Corrado. It isn't coilovers, but it's a better, more practical. You don't want something dragging the ground, not if you're my age anyway. It's a more practical setup, day to day. See just how good it is. How clean everything is. How correct everything is. How the lines are crisp, not crusty. Just have a better look here. Tank straps. It's all very good. Cheers, guys.